Hello all my lovely students and welcome back to another video on your YouTube channel. Are you ready for another English video and lesson to take your English to the next level? Of course you are, which is why you're here watching this video. What I have provided for you in today's video is 10 legal words that if you know, your knowledge of legal English will be advanced. Have you ever wanted to take legal action against someone? Have you ever wanted to drag them through the courts? Or have you ever wanted to go to court to sue someone for something, for injuring you, for insulting you, for disadvantaging you, for, doing damage to your properties and objects? Well, today's video will help you talk about legal English at a more advanced level. So let's get started. But before we do so, I kindly want you to like this video in support of this small YouTube channel to help it grow and get exposed to a larger number of people. I help you with your English. You help me with the growth of my YouTube channel. Subscribe if you haven't done so yet, and leave a positive comment down below to fill me with the energy I need to keep making these videos for you. So let's get started. The first legal English word is affidavit. 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 What is the meaning of affidavit? Affidavit refers to a written statement that you swear is true and valid, that can be used in a court of law as proof and evidence in favor of someone or something or against someone or something. So this is the meaning of affidavit. I know, now you need an example, so let me provide you with one. You need to sign these affidavits to be able to take legal action against them. You need to sign these affidavits to be able to take legal action against them. You need to sign these affidavits to be able to take legal action against them, which means you need to sign these written statements that you swear are true and valid, that the court of law can use as proof or evidence against or in favor of someone or something. So the first word is affidavit. Now let's move on to the second word, which is defendant. 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 What is the meaning of defendant? What does defendant refer to? Defendant refers to the person that has been accused of a crime in court. So defendant refers to a person that has been accused of a crime in court. The judge decided that the defendant was not guilty. The judge decided that the defendant was not guilty, which means the judge came to the realization and conclusion that the person accused of a crime in court was not guilty. Now let me focus your attention on the third legal word, which is acquittal. 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 Yeah. Repeat after me. Acquittal. But what does it mean? And where do we use it? Acquittal refers to an official statement in a court of law that someone is not guilty of a crime. Acquittal refers to an official statement in a court of law that someone is not guilty of a crime. An example: I'm not guilty, so I don't need to worry. All the provided evidence will lead to my acquittal. I'm not guilty, so I don't need to worry. All the provided evidence will lead to my acquittal, which means I'm not guilty of any crime. I've done nothing wrong. I'm right. I haven't done anything wrong, so I'm not guilty. And I don't need to worry about anything. All the provided evidence will lead to the official statement in the court that I'm not guilty, will lead to my acquittal. Now let's move on to the next legal word that if you know, your knowledge of legal English is fantastic, which is the word jurisdiction. 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 What is the meaning of this word? Jurisdiction refers to the authority to make legal decisions. So when we talk about jurisdiction, we're talking about legal authority or the authority and power to make legal decisions. One example: the Supreme Court has jurisdiction over all legal matters and affairs, which means the Supreme Court has authority to make legal decisions about all affairs and matters. So, the Supreme Court has jurisdiction over all legal matters and affairs. Alright, now we gotta focus on the next word, which is litigation. 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 What is the meaning of litigation? Litigation refers to the process of taking legal action against someone. So, when you take legal action against someone, or you sue someone for something, or you take someone to court, you're actually referring to litigation, which is the process of doing so. Litigation. An example. Don't worry about their threats of litigation. They won't do anything. Don't worry about their threats of litigation. They won't do anything. Don't worry about their threats of litigation. They won't do anything, which means do not worry about their threats of taking legal action against you, or taking you to court, or dragging you through the courts, or suing you for, I don't know, anything. They won't do anything. They won't take any action. Now let's move on to the next legal word, which is plaintiff. 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 What is the meaning of plaintiff? Plaintiff refers to the person that sues someone for something, or takes someone to court, or takes legal action against someone, or drags them through the courts. So plaintiff refers to the person that sues another for something in court, or takes another person to court, or takes legal action against another person in a court of law. An example. The judge will listen to the claims of both the defendant and the plaintiff. The judge will listen to the claims of both the defendant and the plaintiff, which means the judge will listen to the claims of both the person that has been accused of a crime and also the person who has accused another of a crime, or who has taken legal action against another in a court of law. Now we move on to the next English word, which is subpoena. 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 Subpoena refers to a legal order by the court to come to the court and be a witness. So when the court issues someone a subpoena, or sends someone a subpoena, they actually ask that person to attend court, or to be present in a court of law to witness something. So subpoena refers to a written order to ask someone to come to the court and be a witness. Subpoena. An example. The court will issue you a subpoena within the following weeks. The court will issue you a subpoena within the following weeks. The court will issue you a subpoena within the following weeks, which means the court will actually send you a written order to come to the court and be a witness, to attend court and be a witness. Are you ready for the next legal word? Of course you are, which is why you've kept watching this video up to this point. Now that you're here, I kindly want you to like this video in support of my YouTube channel and its growth. I help you with your English. You help me with the growth of this channel. Thank you. The next legal word that, if you know your knowledge of legal English is fantastic, is injunction. 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 What does injunction mean? Injunction refers to an order given by a court asking and telling someone not to do something, or forcing someone not to do something, or forbidding someone from doing something, banning someone from doing something. The family demands an injunction against smoking in public places. The family demands an injunction against smoking in public places, which means the family wants the court to issue or give an order asking people not to smoke in public places, or the family wants the court to force maybe someone not to smoke in public places, or to forbid and ban people from smoking in public places. The next legal word is verdict. 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 What is the meaning of verdict? Verdict refers to legal and official decision in a court of law, saying that someone is either guilty of a crime or not guilty of a crime. The family of the victim has criticized the verdict. The family of the victim has criticized the verdict. The family of the victim has criticized the verdict. Now we get to the 10th legal word of today's video, that if you know, your knowledge of legal English is advanced, which is the word exonerate. Exonerate. Exonerate is a verb. Exonerate. Exonerate. To exonerate someone means to reach the decision that someone is not guilty of a crime, or to reach the conclusion that someone is not guilty of a crime. So when a court of law exonerates someone, the court decides that someone is not guilty of a crime, someone has not done something wrong, or someone is no longer accused of a crime, or someone is innocent, someone is not guilty. An example: the lawyers are doing their best to exonerate the accused. The lawyers are doing their best to exonerate the accused. The lawyers are doing their best to exonerate the accused, which means the lawyers are doing their best, going out of their way to make the court reach the conclusion and make the decision that their client is not guilty of a crime, has not done anything wrong, or is not guilty of the crime that they've been accused of. Alright guys, that's about all. So in today's video, you learned 10 legal words in English that if you use in your conversations and know, your knowledge of legal English is wonderful. Now that you've watched the video up to this point, I kindly want you to like this video in support of its growth and subscribe if you haven't done so yet. That's about all guys. I'll be back soon.